Good morning. Welcome to Hanging at Heckrodt. We're going to be talking about the white-tailed deer today. We are in the midst of the rut season, which is the mating season of the deer. It runs through mid-October through November. We are seeing a lot more deer activity, especially as those bucks come in. It is very important to remember your wildlife ethics though. So remember to stay on the trail and be respectful of the animals and give them space. So let's learn about these amazing critters. So here I have a deer track. As you can see, it kind of looks like a heart shape right there, or some people call it an arrow. To tell which direction a deer is headed, you look for the point right there of the toes, and that's which way it's heading, a little helpful hint. So let's look for tracks around Heckrodt. Deer tracks in the mud. You can see it's a heart-shaped track. Do you remember what I said, which direction they're headed, what to look for? You look for the bottom of the heart, so that's the tip of their toe. So which direction was this deer heading? You are correct. So this is one of the fun things that you can look for on your hikes here at Heckrodt. Look for deer tracks in the mud, and even when it snows, you can look for tracks in the snow. So white-tailed deers are herbivores, which means they eat plants. So in the summers they'll eat leaves and grasses, and they like to eat mushrooms, seeds, berries. In the winter they lean towards the woody stems of trees. They also eat the buds off the trees, so anything they can browse, so they're browsers. Right here I actually have a jaw of a deer, so you can see they use those front teeth there to pull the leaves off the trees, and these are the back to kind of grind their food. So that's what the deer jaw will look like. So deer are browsers, so they come by and they chew parts of the woody stem off plants. So you can see the tip has been kind of gnawed off by a deer. So that's something fun to look for here at Heckrodt as you're hiking. So as you're walking around Heckrodt, you'll notice some bark being ripped away. That is called a buck rub, and that is from the male deer, so the buck. So let's learn a little bit more of why these bucks make these really cool marks on the tree. So with me I have a buck, which is a male deer, and you can see he's got a great set of antlers. They grow these antlers starting in mid-spring into summer, and as they grow they have a velvety covering. They do shed that velvety covering in September, and then they have this bony rack, and they will shed that again in February. So the antlers go through kind of a cycle, and deer will use their antlers to make buck rubs. So buck rubs is the male deer's way of marking his territory. So as he comes to an area and he wants to say, hey, this is mine, he will use his head to mark that territory. So on the head, there's a gland, and the gland is kind of like right here, and is actually called a forehead gland, and it's a scent gland. So he'll rub his head on the tree, leaving that bark rub, so it rubs away the bark, and he'll use both his forehead and the antlers here. There's a growth plate under here, so it's kind of rough. And as he's doing that rubbing, he's also leaving his scent, which stays on that tree for a few days. And that's just their way of saying, hey, this is my area. Please, other deer, stay away. So that's basically what they do when they do buck rubs. Big buck and little buck. Pretty sure little buck, you're not gonna win. Thanks for learning with me today. I hope to see you on the trails and looking for these amazing critters.
Special thanks to Community First Credit Union
For being our community partner in education.
Because of their support, we're able to provide awesome programs for you. Special thanks again to Community First Credit Union for being our community partner in education.